Hi guys, Mike here, and we're having side by side the Apple iPhone 5 and the new ZTE Grand S. This is brand new, it was just launched today, and of course you're going to notice that this is a big device. It's not really something you should compare with the iPhone 5, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and compare it. 5-inch screen on this one, only a 4-inch screen on the iPhone, 1080p resolution on the ZTE, and the lower resolution 1136 by 640 pixel on the iPhone. Of course, this means that pixel density is going to be better on the ZTE, despite it having a larger screen. Holding it in hand, probably the iPhone is going to be more comfortable, but this one is not that bad either, and that's mainly because it's quite slim. You can see that it's actually slimmer than the iPhone, I believe. It's only 6.9 millimeters in thickness for the Grand S, which is quite impressive. Now, in terms of hardware, this is a quad-core 1.7 GHz processor, Snapdragon S4, an Apple A6 dual-core on the iPhone, 2 GB of RAM on the ZTE, only 1 GB of RAM on the iPhone, 16 GB of storage with a micro SD slot, and 1632 or 64 GB on the iPhone. We don't know anything about the prices, but I think the ZTE is going to be slightly cheaper, I'd say. Of course, this one runs Android, it's Jelly Bean, and there's a skin on top of it. You can see that it doesn't really look like standard Android. Seems snappy, but I would have preferred probably standard Android. I'm a big fan of stock Android. That should be alright as well. And on this one, I have of course, iOS 6. Now, when it comes to other features, you have cameras on both of these, front-facing cameras and rear-facing cameras. But on the ZTE, you have a 2-megapixel camera on front, capable of shooting 1080p, while on the iPhone, you only have a 720p camera up front. While on the back, 30-megapixel camera on the ZTE, and an 8-megapixel camera on the iPhone. But that doesn't mean that the ZTE will necessarily take better pictures than the iPhone. That's something that we'll have to see in the future. Now, having a look around the sides, you're probably familiar with the iPhone already. Of course, you have the volume rockers, this screen lock mute button. You have the charging connector here on the bottom, headset jack, and the speakers, and the micro SIM slot on the side. While on this one, you have also the volume rocker, you have the power button, the headset jack, and you have a couple of others. You have the SIM slot over here on this side. You have a couple of pins for a connector. There will be probably a docking station or something like this. You have a micro SD slot, card slot over here, so you can expand storage, and micro USB here on the bottom. So pretty much the basic set of connectors that you have on Android devices these days. Okay, that was just a quick answer. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about these two? If you were to buy one of these two these days, would you pick the iPhone, or would you pick the ZTE, or maybe something else? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.